Hello and welcome to JV East Round 5, the Saudi Arabian J-Prix. While the mini qualifying for the qualifying goes on in the background, here is the rundown of the Drivers' Championship and Constructors since last round. Stefano is in the lead of the Drivers' Championship with 71 points and 2 race wins to his name, with Todd Salt, his teammate, close behind by 11 points with 60. Celeste Lucier and Odd Cooper, the two Compass drivers, take third and fourth, and it's Lolzy of Scotpole Auto after two impressive performances, currently in fifth in the Drivers' Championship with 29 points, and it's Trixie, Uniform Pine, Arcaniac, Mr. Searle 6, Hyperion, Koikus, Gwetsley Boy, Fast Juicer, Vlado 204, Cesar, Ishbo Spama, Tolly with 2 points, and Fabio Skip and Chevrolet yet to score points, but that might change today. Constructors Championship, Dan and Flo have built up the lead against Compass once again and have 131 points. Halfway through the season, Compass with 87, then Scotpole Auto jump up to third with 41 points, just 2 more than WTEC Starlight. Then it's Lightning with 30 points in fifth, then Carpathian's Peak, Yorkshire Aerial tied for 6th, Brabham Automotive in 8th, and Evolve with 2 points. NASA Luna yet to score any yet. Soon the mini qualifying will finish, and in the meanwhile, we won't look at token spend until the qualifying. Let's see how it all looks. See how it goes for the qualifying session. 5 minutes, tire wear free. Here we are. It's Fast Juicer and Stefano, both with quick starts. They're already far away. Welcome to Cheddar, where it's just massive corner after corner. You need the speed, you need the acceleration, and you definitely need that grip. You need every part of a car here to succeed. And let's take a look at the token spends then. It's 2 tokens from Vlado, 2, 3 from Uniform Pine, 1 from both Trixie and Hyperion, 1 token from Todd Sod, 3 from Stefano. A Skip goes on provisional pole. He's spending 3 tokens, so is his teammate Fabio. It's time for NASA Luna Racing to score some points here in the night sky of Saudi Arabia. 2 tokens being spent by Arcaniac, 2 by Gwetsley, 4 tokens being spent by Fast Juicer. He's the only person to spend 4 tokens, 3 being spent by Tolly and 2 by Chevrolet. So the bottom 2 teams, that being Evolve and NASA Luna Racing, finally spending some massive tokens, and Fast Juicer goes on provisional pole and then instantly goes into the grass the lap after, so I doubt he will improve on that lap. But Fast Juicer on provisional pole, Uniform Pine provisionally on the front row, Stefano third, Skip fourth, then we have Vlad, Fabio, Celeste Luzier, Tolly in 8th, Kukus, Todd Sod, Chevrolet down in 19th, despite his token spend. That's not great news for Evolve Racing owner Butter. We see some improvements. No improvements this lap. I think the tires are too worn out now, and we'll see some drivers already pitting. Fabio, Celeste Lucier I've pitted for new tires, so is Gwetz, Liot Cooper. They'll have their flying lap earlier. As you can see, Gwetzy instantly gets past Mr. Searle 6 as a result of this. How many tokens are is the Lightning Racing team spending today? Gwetsley 2, Mr. Searle 6, 0. That they've spent a lot in the previous 2 races, and they've scored a decent amount of points. Gwetsley is currently being beat by his teammate who's spending no tokens while Gwetsley's spending 2, so that's not good news for him. But nothing's changed, it doesn't look like, in the top 10 or with the qualifying. Gwetsley's on the flying lap now. Odd Cooper going faster than him. Gwetzley improves a little bit, it's not enough to gain any possessions. We see Odd Koopa improves up to 5th. That's great for him. Hyperion, I think. Hyperion improves up to 9th. Tolly drops to 10th. Kukus and Todd Sod outside the top 10. Will Stefano improve? He goes into the pits! They go into the pits again, and I feel like that could have been an improvement on his lap, but they all go into the pits. Bizarre behavior. But maybe they want a flying lap here. It's an out lap right now. Surely they lose some time exiting the pits. But you never know, sometimes the out lap can be fast enough. You get a slight grip advantage, and if you're just fast enough, or if the pit loss is not too great, it can work out. However, it's not working out here. 31, 32, 33, no improvement there, no improvement on the top 3. Now, the flying lap. Uniform Pine makes a mistake on the exit of turn 1. That will be huge for this final lap. Stefano still a lot high above Fast Juicer and Uniform Pine, but they're of course keeping pace with Stefano. Uniform Pine, in fact, having a really quick run. Here we go, Stefano across the final turn. It's a 32, improves. So does Uniform Pine and Fast Juicer, and it's Uniform Pine now on provisional pole. Fast Juicer on the front row, Stefano in 3rd. That was quite something. I doubt they'll be able to improve on this final lap. The grip start to make itself known, the tire wear on the softs. But never say never, I guess. Fast Juicer has dropped off the back of them now. Stefano 31, 32, no, he will not improve. None of them will improve. It's Uniform Pine on pole position. It's Fast Juicer on the front row. Todd Sod improves up to 4th, so it's a 3-4 for Danube Flow. Skip in 5th, Vlad in 6th, Odd Koopa, Celeste Lucier, Fabio and Gwetzley rounds off the top 10 of qualifying. And we'll take a look at the bottom 10 after qualifying ends here. Ishbo across the line. Let's take a look at the qualifying results. Oh, I forgot to turn off the token spin. Here we are then, and it's also a 7-8 for Compass. 11th will be starting Hyperion. Tolly will be starting from 12th. Can he score some more points for Evolve to stop them from finishing last? NASA Luna is looking good this race, so it's very doubtful. Kukas from 13th, Trixie 14th, Mr. Cyril 6th, 15th, Cesar 16th, Chevrolet 17th, Arcaniac 18th, Lolzy will be starting from 19th, and Ishbo Spama will be starting from 20th. Let's get right into the race. 29 laps here at Saudi Arabia. Let's go. Here we go at Jeddah. Uniform Pine starts on the hards. Both Danube flows on the mediums, a lot of mediums. Fast Juicer will be starting on the soft, so will both the Compasses. Which is the right tire, we'll see in due time, but because of how little space there is on the circuit, Fast Juicer might have a hard time overtaking Uniform Pine in the first place. Use a little boost to get by the back of him, and there we go, Fast Juicer into the lead of the race. Uniform Pine in 2nd, Stefano in 3rd, and it's Skip and Vlad fighting for 4th, and Vlad goes on the outside, and Vlad into 3rd. It's a double podium for Carpathian's Peak as things stand. Skip in 4th, Fast Juicer looking to make his way, just run away from the pack. Vlad gets past his teammate. He's on the faster tires and he's into 2nd place already. Uniform Pine in 3rd, Stefano in 4th. Looks down the inside and it's Stefano up into the podium. Uniform Pine holding down 4th now. Skip in 5th. Todd Sod down to 6th, started 4th. Hyperion started, I think, outside the top 10. He's up into 7th. Odd Koopa drops down a place to 8th. Fabio holding down 9th. Celeste Lucier fighting Gwetzley for 10th. Gwetzley uses a bit of boost to get by. It's Stefano and Vlad fighting for second now, and Stefano just has superior speed. Speed going through on the inside, looking to chase down Fast Juicer. Now he's got a lot of boosts saved up. Fast Juicer has much less. Something's happening to Stefano's engine there, but he does use his boost. He's holding down second. It's Vlad in third. Oh, Skep gets a penalty, slamming Uniform Pine into the wall. Must have been some grass there. That is huge as Todd Sod gets through into fourth ahead of both as a result of that crash. But all three will be battling for this position. Skep's on the outside. And now goes on the inside. What a move from Skep, but he goes wide, hits the grass, and he's back down to sixth. Unlucky Skep and his Uniform Pine holding down fourth. Todd Sod trying to keep fifth, and we're going to have light rain. There's great news for Fast Juicer, maybe not so. Fast Juicer and Vlad have just missed the pits before the weather announcement. Stefano's out on the wets, though. Is this the right choice for light rain? All the drivers behind him pitting for enters all the way down to 9th, where Fabio has pitted for wets, and the rain is still not yet coming. Now it's gonna arrive right now. On the final turn, Fast Juicer goes a bit wide, but I doubt the time loss will be too great for Fast Juicer and Vlad 02. Fast Juicer onto enters, Vlad 02 onto wets. More of a strategy of whatever you go, I'll go the opposite of, just in case it benefits me. Because that is the case, but Fast Juicer's holding down the W right now. Stefano gets past Vlad 02, in fact, so Vlad 02 did lose out. On that light rain announcement coming right after he went past the pit entry, and Stefano's running in second, wanting to chase down Fast Juicer. Only 4 token spender, so he might get the win here, but you never know. Uniform Pine holding down fourth. It's a 3-4 for Carpathian's Peak. Skep is back down, back into fifth. Fabio's all the way up into sixth. It's great stuff for NASA Luna Racing. Hyperion in seventh. Odd Koopa in eighth. Todd Sod has dropped down to ninth, and he's fighting off Gwetsley behind him. 11th is Celeste Lucier. 12th Arcaniac. 13th Chevrolet. 14th Mr. Searle 6. 15th Cesar, 16th Tolly, 17th is Trixie. This is the lowest we've seen him, I think. 18th is Lolsey, Kukus is 19th, and Ishbo Spam is 20th. Fast Juicer has built up a gap to Stefano of about 3 seconds, so he's doing quite well. And he's got fastest lap as well, 8 laps into a 29 lap race. Anything could happen still. Skep close behind Vlad, who's been superseded by his teammate Uniform Pine on the enters. The track is dry, in fact. Fast Juicer decides not to pit, but all runners, wet and enter, decided to pit after him. He does have that gap, so he can afford to maybe run enters for a lap. But the thing is, he's really playing with fire here. Might lose a bit of that 3-second gap, as long as he just doesn't lose enough of the 3-second gap to have Stefano in his sights. That's what really matters for him, I say. And what tire he picks as well. He's going for the mediums compared to Stefano's and Uniform Pine's hards. And where will he exit? He does lose half his gap. Stefano's under a second from him. All depends now on Fast Juicer running away on these faster tires, using that boost. He's got more boost left over than Stefano, and just getting as far from Stefano as possible. He's playing with fire with these pit strategies, but in the end, that does give him an advantage. He's on 1 lap pressured tires no matter what. As long as he can keep a gap enough that Stefano can't challenge him for that first position. Uniform Pine holding down the final podium position. Vlad still making it a 3-4. Skip has dropped off the back of Vlad now, still holding down 5th. Hyperion has gotten past Fabio, but Fabio's on the softs now, so he's looking to make that a temporary P6 position for Hyperion. Todd Sod back up into 8th, Odd Koopa in 9th, and Gwetsley Boy in 10th. Celeste Lucier has dropped back now into 11th, and Arcaniac is close behind. Fast Juicer, Stefano is actually right on the back of Fast Juicer, and there's a few uh, blue flag cars here. Lolsey slowing down Fast Juicer, his own teammate. And Stefano's into the lead of the race on the hards. Fast Juicer gets back into the lead, gets past Tully and Cesar in one fell swoop, and now he'll just be hoping that Stefano's slowed down massively by the two blue flag drivers between them. Stefano was slowed down a bit by Cesar, and look at that gap that's formed as a result, 1.3 seconds. It's quite something. Stefano is spending he's spending 3 tokens, so that's a reasonable amount of tokens being spent. Fast Juicer in a worse car, but with 4 tokens, and he is just managing to get that advantage over Stefano. Vlad 02 is back into 3rd ahead of his teammate. They've been swapping positions between podium and non-podium. It doesn't really matter for them as long as they can keep this 3-4 result. Fabio cannot, and we're going to have light rain again. And this is going to benefit Skep and Hyperion and Fabio, who have just petted just in time. It's enters for Skep, Wets for Hyperion, Fabio, Todd, Sod, Odd Koopa, also Wets. Gwetsley, what is he pecking? Celeste is pecking Wets, Gwetsley's pecking Enters. Will we have the rain get harder or the rain get... Oh, it's going to be Clouds, so Enters is the right choice or nothing at all. Fast Juicer goes for Enters. Stefano doesn't pet. Vlad doesn't pet. Uniform Pine doesn't pet. Fast Juicer may have made an incredible mistake here. He does get past Vlad very quickly. He will get past Stefano if he can get the blue flag driver of Chevrolet out of the way. Dealt with. Oh, and we're going to have light rain again, so Fast Juicer, in fact, not a mistake. Now he's going to benefit massively as Stefano is behind him, and Stefano also has to pet. It's a complete pandemonium, and it's the 3rd race in a row where rain has played such a major role in the fight for the win and the fight for the top positions in such a crazy manner. Stefano pets onto Wet. Skep is up into 3rd. Now he's up into the podium because Vlad and Uniform Pine haven't. But it's going to be heavy rain. It's going to be heavy rain. Wets are going to profit. Skep might lose the back of Stefano if he's not careful as a result of this. He might want to go for a move now while the Enters are still stronger and just try and defend that 2nd position from Stefano. As Fast Juicer, it doesn't really matter for him if it's Enters or Wets. He does have a massive lead. It's all about keeping that lead. Going to have clouds soon, so the track is not going to get wet enough for heavy rain for Wets to profit. Skep is having the time of his life from 5th to 2nd, and Fabio running in 6th, just fighting Todd Sod for 5th actually, whereas Uniform Piney's down into 8th because he didn't pet. Skep is holding down 2nd ahead of Stefano here. And yeah, Wets are not going to get an advantage unless we're going to have heavy rain again. Skip, great stuff for him to use both blue flag drivers to avoid a hit into the grass while Stefano struggles with them. And he's finally gotten his way past them. Fast Juicer has lost about 2 or 1 second to Skip, but it's not enough to matter. He keeps on driving. Ishbo sends him into the Volvo. That is another second lost, and he might not be good to get so comfortable. Sunny soon, so we'll see drivers petting off of the wet and entered tires. And let's take a look. Let's have a rundown. It's Fast Juicer, only 5.6 seconds now ahead of Skep in 2nd, Stefano in 3rd, Vlad in 4th, Fabio in 5th, Todd Sod in 6th, Hyperion in 7th, Uniform Pine running in 8th. Lost massive amounts of time, a bit of lag there, sorry. Lost massive amounts of time because of not petting Gwetzley holding down 9th, Odd Koopa in 10th, it's Arcaniac 11th, Celeste is the first to pet for Dry Towers and it's way too early because Light Rain has just been announced again and Stefano pets again. Stefano's petting from Wets onto Enters. Celeste is going to lose a bit of time. Mr. Star 6 and 13th, Chevrolet in 14th, Trixie in 15th, Tolly in 16th, Kukas in 17th, 18th is Lolzy Ishbo is 19th, and Cesar is 20th. And now look at that. Stefano is comfortably in third, but he's got a 9-second gap to Skip and Fast Juicer as a result of petting onto the entries, and we're gonna have Sun soon. So was it even worth it? The pet for the enters is Skep is catching up to Fast Juicer. He's only 4.5 seconds behind. What is happening in this race? What tires will the drivers opt for when the track is dry? Will Fast Juicer and Skep pet this lap? Will they pet the next lap? Fast Juicer will pet the next lap. The track is about to dry. It's back to clouds. Skep still doesn't pet yet. Stefano, the track is definitely dry now. Is Stefano into the pets? He is into the pets. Onto the soft tires, which will last about 6 laps. Could probably be extended more. I assume he'll take them until the end, or he'll have a weird pet. Fabio is up into 4th now, and he goes for the mediums. Those should definitely last him until the end of the race. Todd Sod's mediums also should last him until the end of the race. Vlad, Hyperion, we don't know what they're going for. Uniform Pine mediums should last him. Gwetzley, it's mediums, it's hard. Soft, it's hearts for Tolly. And for Cesar, interesting choices, and Fast Juicer and Skip have both petted for softs. They only have 7 laps, I think, to run the softs on, or 6, so it's much better for them. They've got that advantage of fresher tires, but we'll see if it benefits Skip or not. Skip's got some boost saved up on Stefano, who's 1.5 seconds behind. Skip definitely wants that second position. He wants to keep it, because who wouldn't? Stefano holds down the fastest lap, holding down the fastest lap currently, and he's about to improve it to 31.33 as well. And he's on the back of Skep. And Skep doesn't have that boost advantage anymore. And Skep is now going to fight with Stefano for second place. Skep's greatest asset is probably grip. Be hoping for Stefano's softs, who are 1 lap older, to degrade as quickly as possible for Skep to get that massive advantage over him. Fast Juicer running in first. Is Stefano about to beat his fastest lap again? No, he is not. Fabio is holding down 4th. It's an incredible result looking right now for NASA Lunar Racing. Quietly, Fabio has managed to have an impressive race, and more loudly, Skep is back into 2nd, and he's also had a massive race. Fast Juicer, can he improve the fastest lap? He improves his own fastest lap, but Stefano's now on the back of Skep once again. Lap 25, end of lap 25, Skep's on the outside, Stefano uses a bit of boost. They're exactly side by side, going across the line. It is amazing, the battle that is going on here in the tight, twisty corners of Jeddah. Skep looking to run away from Stefano now into 2nd position, but he really can't get that done. Their battling is gaining Fast Juicer more and more times. He's clearly going to be the victor here. Skep on the inside. What a run-in that was. And Skep's into 2nd still. Stefano makes a mistake on the exit of turn 1. And makes another mistake, but he's still behind Skep. Well, how is Fabio doing? He's holding down 4th. Vlad in 5th. Todd Sod is only a second behind. He can still take 5th from Vlad. Uniform Pine in 7th. Hyperion 8th. Gwetzley in 9th. And Arcaniac in 10th. About to finally score some points. Stefano is now ahead of Skep this lap. Skep has massive amounts of boosts left over. Oh, but he makes such a bad move. Such a bad line into that corner. He's still close to Stefano. He uses all of his boost. I think that's what caused his racing line go so bad. Fast Juicer about to start the final lap of the race. He's got so many blue flag drivers around him. Here's Stefano. He's definitely solidly leading Skip now. Skip, will he make a move on the inside? Doesn't. They both slam into the wall. Skip loses a lot of time, and it's the final lap of the race. Will Skip be able to challenge Stefano still for second place here? He's looked to be on the back of him in this final few laps, but they've gained 3 seconds to Fast Juicer. Stefano's running away from Skip. Skip might have to deal with just a podium finish. Here's Fast Juicer across the line to win the Saudi Arabian J-Prix. Stefano will come in second and keep his World Drivers' Championship title hopes alive. Skip in third, Fabio in fourth. It's a 3-4 for NASA Luna Racing. Amazing stuff for the first token spend. It's Todd Sod across the line in fifth, Dan and Flo egging, destroying Compass at the moment. Vlad in sixth, Uniform Pine in seventh, Hyperion will cross the line in eighth now. Gletsley Boy, 2 points for Lightning Racing Team as he crosses the line in ninth. Arcaniac gets 1 point for Yorkshire Aerial, crosses the line in 10th. It's Odd Koopa in 11th. Both compasses outside of the points as Celeste finishes in 12th. Trixie is quite far behind, half a lap behind, as he will eventually finish in what we can only assume to be 13th. As he unlaps himself from Hyperion, who scored 4 points for the Russian outfit. Chevrolet 14th, Tully 15th, no points for Evolve, but they are looking not the worst. Mr. 06 crossed the line in 16th, Lolsey will be classified 17th, I don't think he'll be able to finish in time. Kuka's 18th, Cesart 19th, and Ishbo Spama 20th. Another great result for Dan and Flo. Amazing stuff for NASA Luna in their first major token spent. Carpathian's Peak, they had it at one point at 3-4, but they lost it with a bad strategy call to stay out. And Fast Juicer, of course, dominant fashion, only a person to spend 4 tokens, and he wins the race. Incredible stuff, and that's all for the first triple header. Keep in touch when I request the next upgrades from you, and the next triple header will be an equally exciting one. Baku, Azerbaijan, then Okayama, Japan, and finally the tokenless finale, Wales, Germany. See you then. That's all. Bye bye.